Hello, welcome to my alternate channel, Anti-War. That's the name of the channel, Anti-War. And this morning, I'm going to drink a little bit of this with my lunch. Oh boy, we have MD 2020 Gold. This is a special edition 2020 only offering from the wine group. It says the 2020 Wine Company, but it's the Wine Group, Westfield, New York, 13% alcohol. It says grape wine with natural flavors. So that looks like without the coloring at it. This is just the wine with the flavors, no coloring. So you can imagine white wine of the finest quality. Well, haha, just kidding. Kidding. It's $2.99 for a full-size bottle. This is a full-size 750 milliliter bottle, your standard American wine bottle size. So white grapes from New York and pineapple juice. And that's what it tastes like. Is it spiked with sugar or corn syrup, which is sweet, you know, corn syrup? Probably. Does it say kosher? No, this does not certify kosher. Some of the Mogen-David wines are, well, all of them are. And some are kosher for Passover, meaning they use cane sugar. But this is really inexpensive. They're not going to bother paying for kosher certification for this. It's got the little pineapple man with a dollar sign in each eye of the sunglasses, on each lens of the sunglasses. He's got the pineapple for his head and the leaves, I guess, for his hair. Is that called leaves? And it's got glitter, gold glitter, and little dollar signs falling everywhere. Well, they talked about this on a website called not Business Insider. One of these websites. Hold on. They were talking to this lady who is the chief brand manager for MD 2020 Wines, and they were saying, I put a link for the MD 2020 web. It's really a web page more than a website. It's got the wines that they make, the flavors, at least the ones they show. It's a big promotional for the 2020, and it's got a countdown, digital countdown clock for how many days left for the gold. And then it's got a locator tool. So I didn't see it listed around here. And then I found it at Star, S-T-A-R, Star on Louisiana Highway 49 in Kenner, Louisiana. I was just looking around in there and I said, the gold. I wanted to get the half-size bottle, but they didn't have it. I said $2.99, probably never see it again. I've learned my lesson. When you see a wine, beer, wine, or liquor that you've never seen, and you say, let me wait and look around, you're going to find out that you're going to go back. You're not going to find it. Then you go back to get it, and it's gone. I've been through that too many times, and I just said, well, I'm going to get it. So I've had the Orange Jubilee. That's one. Let's see, they're showing 2, 4, 6, 8 flavors, plus the gold, which is 9. Now, they'll rotate in flavors in and out, like the Ritas, the Smirnoff, Ice Smash, the Seagram's, Escapes, Mike's Hard, Mike's Harder, and Reds, Wicked. Those are beers and wines. Okay, they're gonna do that. I've had the Orange Jubilee. That's 1. The Red Grape wine, the original. That's the original back from 1968. That's 2. That's without the flavoring. It's just red grape wine. Ooh, it's difficult to take, but it's people drink it. Let's see, 1, 2. I've had the Electric Melon 3, the Peaches and Cream 4, and the Gold 5. So I've had 5 of the 9. I've got, what is the one I have in my refrigerator? I think Banana Red. And I saw the Dragon Fruit at Star, but if I look around here, they probably have it somewhere here and there around here. strawberry kiwi, blue raspberry. I noticed some beer companies now doing this blue raspberry thing. The who did that? Oh, was it the Ritas or was it Smirnoff Ice Smash? I get confused. There's so many. Let's see. Find any varietal. Yeah, they're not listing the gold on the any varietal. So never mind. It did, that's right. When I went to look it up, they didn't have the gold listed. So I said, what's the use trying to find it, you know? What's the use trying to find it? But I did find it. Stumble upon it. I said, I'm not passing it up. So there it is. It's like gray, like a chalk gray, a white, lighter gray, right? Powder gray. The original Smirnoff Ice is the same color. And that's kind of like a pineapple flavored thing. So that's sort of like what it is. I think that there's some kind of mixed drink, some kind of cocktail. Y'all know about cocktails, maybe. I don't. That are mixed drinks, maybe with vodka, I guess, and pineapple juice. So they're trying to mimic that, but they're using inexpensive white wine. And the Smirnoff is using malt liquor beer. So anyway, let's go on with this. The aroma. Yeah, it's just like pineapple. Do I drink pineapple juice? No, I don't drink juice, but it just has that kind of a coconut too, strangely. The wine, I guess there's a wine base underneath. They're probably trying to use wine that's designed to be like really odorless in color, like probably trying to find the most neutral flavored wine, neutral tasting wine they can get up in the Finger Lakes region of New York. And then the flavors coming from the flavorings. I noticed a lot of these is natural flavoring. A few will say natural and artificial, and most are colored with food coloring. Well, that's common. They do that with beer, usually if they add caramel color. Some of these beers or wines will say like colored with, I saw one saying color with carrot juice. Yeah, it's like carrots for the color. I say, well, carrots are from nature, right? Okay. You say arsenic's from nature too. Yeah, that's true. All right. It just tastes like pineapples and sweet sugar. I don't drink these kind of, I don't know why people drink this. I think I know why. I don't really know why, but I think I know why. I think they drink these kind of things because number one, they're inexpensive, right? Two, they're alcohol, 13%, typical wine level, really. Three, people have a sweet tooth. I know so many people love sweet drinks. It's more pleasant than a Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper or C-Cola. Those got that nasty, to me, nasty high fructose corn syrup thing. It's like that odd drying sensation. I don't like it. This doesn't seem to portray that or present that. I never came on the internet, made videos on my main channel or this, talking about how gourmet these were or fabulous or like saying, oh, you just got to run out and buy it. You just got to try it. Oh, it's just so fabulous, great, wonderful, terrific, exquisite. I didn't say any of those things. Now I gave them, now I know what the counter argument will be. People will say, well, you gave it an A. You gave most of these an A or a B. Now a few dropped down to the C range as I drank on them. Because some just don't come across as good as others. But I didn't give them an A because I thought these were like unbelievably good wines. Somebody asked me yesterday, do you score things just as an overall product? Or do you score them for what they are, like their category? And I think that's the way you got to do it, their category. How can you really score it for an overall product because a lot of these aren't comparable to other things. I mean, if I bought a $85 bottle of wine, so that's an above premium price, right? It's going to be a lot different than a $2.99 bottle of flavored wine. They're not really in the same, they don't match up, except that they're beverages, okay? They're all beer, wine, and liquor. They're beverages, consumer products, all right? So that, in that sense, you got to look at it that, in that sense, you evaluate it on that level of an overall consumer product. But people that are buying $85 bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon or Pinot Grigio, they're not gonna generally drink this, you know, and the people that drink this aren't gonna drink that. So there's almost no point to even bring them together because they don't exist in the same world and not even really in the same stores. I think Star does sell some pretty expensive wine, so that could be untrue. And they sell cheap liquor and, you know, really cheap liquor like Skull vodka, Skull gin, Fleischmann's gin, and they have very, very expensive gin and vodka and Scotch for sure, Canadian whiskey. So, I mean, that store, it's a good example of that. That store is a good example. They cover all the bases, the high, the middle, and the low. And I don't see anything wrong with that. If I had a liquor store, well, they're not an official liquor store. We don't really have liquor stores, like I said, in this part of the state. East of New Orleans, there's a Parish St. Bernard. They don't allow liquor to be sold at grocery stores, so they have liquor stores, like Super Discount. But most of the parishes around here, it's wide open. There's no restrictions. So if I had a gas station, it's a gas station, convenience store, they sell food items there, you know, shampoo and stuff also. That also sold beer, wine, liquor. Yeah, I'd do the same thing. I would sell the high, the medium, and the low, just like River Ridge Market. Same type concept, although they don't sell gasoline there. But they sell super premium, expensive liquor, mid-range, and the cheapo stuff. And it's all what customers want to come in and buy. And so Star does that. And they're very efficient. Star is efficient. It's a great place to shop because everything's priced. The store is neat and clean. And it's not even that big, but it's packed with stuff. And there's just items everywhere. And it's very organized. And so there's not a long, there could be a long line, but it'll move. It moves fast. The line is maybe long, but it'll just moves. And they're very customer. I'm not saying they're like super friendly to the customers, want to chit chat and all that. They're not, because they don't have time anyway. It's a high volume store. So there's people coming in all day. And it's moving through. So I don't mind getting in the line there because you know you're not going to be in the line very long. They're just moving. They don't tolerate hangabouts, tolerate people asking for money or bugging people. So that's just the way it operates. And it's good. And their selection is incredible. They've got ordinary cheap beer and they've got very expensive craft beer and a good selection. And they have a huge singles selection. You can buy all kind of singles. You can buy all these wines, flavored. Now people have asked, what about Thunderbird, Night Train? I would look at those now. Years ago, I was just scared to look at them. I thought, oh, it might be terrible. Then I was thinking, well, so what if it's terrible? Like you do reviews. Some stuff's going to be terrible, not much, but some. And then it may not be terrible, like the MD. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be like a nightmare, you know? But I was pleasantly surprised so far. They're not a nightmare. If you want to say, I don't want to drink that, it's like a sugary kid's drink. Fair enough. I'm saying that to you. I don't drink these kind of things on a regular basis. I don't. But they're interesting to try just to see what's out there. Then I saw the Cisco and I would try that. So that's my approach. Like I do a review channel. It's fun. I like to try these products out. I just like to try them anyway. If I didn't have a channel, I'd still try them, right? So I do the review channel and this alternate channel just to say, okay, look, here's what I'm trying. Here's what I think about it. What do you think about it? And then we could discuss it. So it's not all done in isolation. It's more fun to have interaction, you see. So talk to people about them. But I figure if I'm doing a review channel, I should do the high, the middle, and the low. I've done very expensive craft beers, some expensive, some not too much expensive liquor. I'm going to go more into expensive stuff coming up. I haven't done any expensive wines, although I'm not opposed to it. There are many review channels, mostly beer reviews, I've noticed. I just don't see that many. There are quite a few liquor channels, though, but not too many wine. But they only deal with like the best products, like the most expensive beer. Every beer they review is like $5, $6, $7 a bottle. Do I take issue with that? I don't take issue with it. I don't mind it. But it's sort of restrictive in a way, and they'll just say, "Oh, this is Gimbal Pigeon from Oxfish Brewery in Cantinco, Pennsylvania. They only produce 3 barrels a year. It's extremely expensive. I had to wait in a line, and I had to talk to a guy who knew a guy that got me a growler, and you'll never be able to get it." And then they'll talk about how awesome it is. It's awesome. It's got all these notes of tea leaves and macadamia nuts and umami and all that, and they go on and on. And that's fine. It's sort of, in a way, useless, though, because I guess people are aware. I was aware in 2010 when I started the channel. And I was aware in 1996 when I started drinking beer. I started wine in 94. I was already aware, all right, that there were highly obscure, extremely expensive beers or wines that you could get and try, and it would be elaborate and wonderful. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not immoral. It's not bad. It's just a neutral thing. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. It exists. That's fine. But I thought to dedicate your whole channel only to that, it's just like you're not covering all the bases. And it's true, I review a lot of obscure Louisiana beers. Only a small percentage of what I could get. I could get a lot more. But some are very expensive, and it's hard to get singles. And sometimes I'll try them and they're not that great. I'm like, I paid, man, this kind of money and it's kind of okay. So, but I watch some of these channels and they just, every video is the same video. It's like, oh, it's so, and they go on and on with a multiplicity of descriptors. And I'm thinking, well, why am I even watching this? I can't get it. I'll never get it. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to see it. So it's so limited. But once again, I'm not complaining or taking issue with it. I'm just saying it's not me. That's not what I do. You say you'll get down in the gutter. You're very lowbrow. I'm not lowbrow, but I will cruise the other side of the tracks in towns and check stuff out. Yeah, it's refreshing in a way. I'm going to pour some more for lunch, It's fine. I mean, it's major sugar attack. It's not a dessert wine because in the United States, that's 14% and above, 14% and above. That's just a legal definition. If it's below 14, it's a table wine. If it's above 14, it's a dessert wine. That's it. It's not a reflection of quality or anything. That's really the only two kind of wines that are produced in America. And if it's below 7%, the USDA doesn't really call it a wine. I mean, the U.S. government calls it like a food product. And it's not even under the Tax and Trade Bureau, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. It's under FDA, Food and Drug Administration. It's more like a food product. It's only like marginally an alcohol product. I don't know why they do that determination, but it'll tell you that on the website. Go to FDA, and then you can look at these wines that are below 7. I don't know. But anyway, you don't see too many wines below 7 anyway, so that's kind of a niche thing. So yeah, if you see 2020 gold, and you might, if you hit up these off-the-wall stores, you just might see it. And I'm not collecting it. I'm not going to collect the bottle. I don't save that wine bottle. Somebody told me it looks like a medicine bottle. And I was thinking about that. I said, that's what MD 2020 wines look like. A medicine bottle. It's like an old time medicine bottle, cough medicine or something. I don't know why they designed it like a medicine bottle. I have a theory that it's so they can slip it in your coat pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's flat, so you could like sneak it into work or something and drink it while you're on. You say people do that? I think people do it. I think it's a bad idea. It's a sign of having a drinking problem. If you got to bring alcohol to work and sip on it while you're working, that's not a good sign. I don't do it. I just drink coffee at work or water, mostly water. I can wait all day to drink. I can wait till I get home. It's no rush. Now, I know back in the 1980s, probably into the 90s, early 90s, it was common for people to drink at work. It wasn't a taboo. You see old television shows where they're in the office, the executives, and they have a liquor service, a bar, like the little rolling cart of all the mixed drinks, and they'll have a business meeting in these movies, television shows, and they're drinking mixed drinks, cocktails, or straight or neat or on the rocks, liquor while they're talking business or having a conference. That was not really seen as a problem or even as an unusual thing. It was just common. You go to any executive office, they would have mixed drinks and they would drink all day. What about the regular workers? I don't know. I don't know what they would do. I didn't really start working regularly until the late 80s, and we didn't drink at work, but I mean, we weren't executives. I was just doing that while I was in college. I taught high school I taught public school from 89 to 2012. Did they have teachers that snuck, bottles of liquor into work and sipped on it during the day? I mean, yeah, there's probably people that do that in every job. It's bad, and they shouldn't do it because it could impair your decisions, whatever. But you say, well, what if you're a poet? Yeah, I think that's like a rule. You have to have a drinking problem if you're a poet or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah, years ago was not as strict at all. And smoking cigarettes was so common, everybody smoked at work. I can remember that. When I started working in 89 teaching, teachers smoking was just, that was what they would do. They would smoke. And then I don't mean in the classroom while they were teaching, of course, but maybe in the hallway, like college professors smoke in the hall before they go into class. It was just, that was routine. And I remember if a teacher was in her office working, not out doing work with students, whatever, they'd be smoking. They'd be writing up their reports. Maybe these are special education evaluators, right? They're smoking. It was not frowned upon. Then you started having all the anti-smoking hysteria, I guess you call it, in the 90s. So as the 90s went on, it got stricter. You can't smoke in the building. So then they would go outside and smoke, you can't smoke, I don't know, on the campus or something. But, they would go in their cars and smoke, because I saw so many teachers and secretaries that always had to go get some out their car. Well, they were going in there with smoking. So even they were on the campus. So these rules are paper rules, really. You can't enforce them. No one's going to try. But that's it. I'm glad to drink water and coffee at work myself, but other people have different ways of doing it. Anyway, so MD 2020 Gold. I was very pleased with it. I am pleased with it. Is it the best one I've tried so far from that company? Yes, I think it is. It's not harsh in any way. Some of the other ones, like the Orange Jubilee, they're kind of rough around the edges, a little rough. But the gold, they must have really tried hard to say, look, this is the 52nd anniversary. And it's the only time we're going to have 2020 in 2020, right? We're going to have MD 2020 in 2020. So that can be their whole catchphrase for the year 2020 and 2020. So I think they said, we're going to really focus on making it super smooth and pleasant. And they did it. They achieved it. So if you ever try the Mogen David MD 2020, let me know. I'm curious. All right. Thanks for watching this video. And I'm off the air. Not for long, but for now.